The lectionary is a great gift. Last week, the church taught us about prayer, and now it continues to teach us about prayer. And what is more essential to our discernment than that? How to pray and pray well. Last week, it was all about perseverance, even moments of dryness or difficulty. I'm sure we've all had a few. And this week, it's about something else. It includes perseverance, but it's another facet to the reality of prayer. It's lowliness, humility, poverty of spirit. And it is only in a poverty of spirit that we can truly discover what it is that we are called to be, called to do, what is our why, our vocation. And so the church is trying to tell us this very clearly. It is the prayer of the lowly that pierces the clouds. It doesn't rest. It doesn't withdraw until the Lord answers. We want answers. And so the question before us is this: how poor is our prayer? Do we let our poverty drive our prayer? Because if we don't have this, if we don't have poverty of spirit, then we're going to get something wrong. We're going to think somehow that I can make my vocation happen. Through sheer perseverance, I can make it. I can create it. I can rip it almost from the hands of God, and just it happens in my time, on my timetable. Our vocation, my friends, is not something we create. It is something we receive. And to receive, we have to have empty hands. And so we can't be afraid of our poverty. We can't be afraid of our emptiness if we're going to receive the gift that God has. We also can't place restrictions on that gift if we want to receive it well. There are many logical questions that emerge in our discernment. Perhaps a question might be, well, I could be a Dominican, but I would need X. Perhaps I need to be a professor of philosophy. Perhaps I need to never be assigned to Puerto Rico because I couldn't do cold showers. I don't know what it is. What is your thing? What is the obstacle, the false dependency that gets in the way of receiving the gift of God in poverty of spirit? We all have them. And it doesn't help that sometimes the mentality that the world creates is one that says, well, you have to have it all together. You have to figure it all out now. Hurry up. If you don't have it figured out by 30 or 40 or 50, you've wasted your time. And the Lord says to that, it is a lie. In my good time, the Lord says, I will answer. I will give you the gift. But you have to be ready. You have to have those open hands. What restrictions are we placing on the gifts of the Lord? This doesn't just go for you, men who are discerning. This goes for us friars too. The Lord wishes to pour gifts on His beloved. And yet I resist. Perhaps because I'm afraid of my own emptiness. I'm afraid, or I want to do it myself. Well, we're Dominicans, so we believe in grace. And I know that I can't do it by myself. And thank goodness for that. Because if I had to have it all together before I could answer the call of God, before I could hear my vocation, if that was the way it worked, this chapel would be empty. If you think there's one person in here who has it all together, let me say right now, I think we're all working on it. We are works in progress. How receptive are we? How poor are we that we can receive what the Lord wishes to give us? And so, brothers, friends, I think it's really simple, and I think we make discernment really hard sometimes. Can I let myself be poor before the Lord? Can I let the Lord give me what He wishes to give me without adding all of these restrictions? Without adding in all of these complications? Do I trust the Lord to creatively provide for me? Perhaps in ways I did not expect. There is a Dominican who some of you know, Father Dave Wright, and he told me in the novitiate 4 years ago, and it sticks with me to this day, that he has never, ever done what he wanted to do in the Dominican order. And he is happy. That is poverty of spirit. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Open up your hands, let yourself be poor, and receive the kingdom of heaven. Receive your vocation.